What if one dress costing just a few dozen pounds changed the destiny of an entire royal house? It sounds incredible, but that's exactly what happened. To understand the full depth of this story, we need to go back to that very moment when the future of the British monarchy hung by a thread of see-through fabric. £96,000 sterling. That's the breathtaking sum an anonymous buyer paid at auction for a piece of black lace. What made this outfit so special? After all, the haute couture world has dresses worth millions of dollars. Royals wear custom creations costing hundreds of thousands. But this particular garment possessed a completely unique, almost mystical power. It could spark romance between two people destined to become symbols of the modern British monarchy. Just think, a simple student outfit, created by an emerging designer for a university fashion show, became one of the most expensive items in auction history. What magic was hidden in those folds of see-through fabric? But that's not all. This dress's story didn't begin in an auction house with its ceremonial atmosphere, or in a royal palace with its centuries-old traditions. It starts within the ancient stone walls of the University of St. Andrews, where in the early 2000s studied an ordinary student named Kate Middleton. A middle-class girl, daughter of small family business owners, who couldn't imagine wearing a royal crown even in her wildest dreams. Then something interesting happened. Fate began weaving its invisible threads, bringing together people who would change the face of the British monarchy for decades to come. 2002 became a turning point for many people worldwide. Technology was advancing at incredible speed. The world was becoming increasingly global and interconnected. For a young woman from Berkshire County, this period proved fateful in the most direct sense. Kate enrolled at the prestigious Scottish University, not suspecting that her classmate would be the heir to the British throne. Records from that time show an amazing chain of coincidences. Prince William of Wales initially planned to study art history at a completely different institution, in Edinburgh. His choice seemed logical and predictable. But at the very last moment, the future king changed his mind and chose St. Andrews, an ancient university on Scotland's coast. Coincidence? Destiny? Divine intervention? We can only guess now, but the fact remains, this decision fundamentally changed the course of history. Documents show an unexpected turn of events in the very first weeks of study. Kate Middleton adapted to university life with remarkable ease. She was active, sociable, intelligent, quickly winning over her classmates. Then something remarkable happened. In the first month of study, Kate was recognized as the most beautiful freshman at the traditional student celebration. The next chapter of this story was being written by fate itself, preparing a completely unexpected scenario. Prince William did move in the same student circles as Kate. They attended the same parties, met at university events, even talked with each other. But the heir showed no particular romantic interest in Miss Middleton. Here enters a new character in this amazing story. Witnesses from those days remember that William treated Kate more like a pleasant acquaintance, a nice girl from their shared circle, nothing more. He was polite, friendly, but those around them noticed no signs of special attention. It seemed their paths might diverge as easily as they had crossed. A decade later, the situation had changed beyond recognition. But in those student years, no one could imagine they were witnessing the birth of one of the most famous love stories of modern times. The real turning point came in spring 2002, when the University of St. Andrews announced its annual charity fashion show. This event had been raising significant sums for those in need for several years running, while also serving as great entertainment for students and faculty. Organizers sought young women willing to walk an improvised runway as non-professional models. Photographs captured an important moment. When the casting announcement appeared on the university bulletin board, Kate Middleton was among the first to respond. Perhaps she was motivated by a desire to help charity. Maybe she simply wanted to try a new role. But most likely, she didn't even guess she was making the most important and fateful decision of her life. Here appears the absolutely key character of this incredible story, young designer Charlotte Todd. She created that very dress from black see-through lace that would later become legendary and enter fashion history as one of the most influential outfits of the 21st century. The most important part was yet to come. According to Charlotte Todd herself, who gave interviews years later about this momentous event, her creation was originally conceived not as a dress at all. The designer planned to create an elegant long skirt for one of the show participants. But when Kate Middleton came for a fitting and put on this outfit, something magical happened. Now, the truth about how that fateful decision was made. Todd realized she faced a girl of completely special character, confident, bold, ready for experiments. Kate wasn't shy about her body, wasn't afraid to look provocative or daring. That's when the designer suggested wearing this outfit as a dress, not as a skirt. What really went through the young student's mind? Kate knew perfectly well that Prince William would attend the show. Front row seats cost £400 sterling. Considerable money even for the royal family, especially for a student. But William and his friends decided to spend on this entertainment, expecting simply to have fun and admire pretty classmates. Documents from that period show that in the final days before the show, Kate Middleton experienced real internal struggle. She had a choice. She could select any of the offered outfits. The collection included elegant closed dresses, romantic, airy creations, strict business suits. But in the end, she made the boldest decision of her life and chose exactly that see-through creation by Charlotte Todd. Here appears a new detail of this amazing story. Years later, the designer shared her memories of that momentous fitting. According to her, when Kate tried on the dress one last time before the show, anticipation of something fateful literally filled the air. Todd spoke prophetic words that forever entered history. "You need to be very confident to wear the version of the dress that Kate demonstrated. She must have really wanted that prince." The next page of this story unfolded in the university auditorium, where the charity show was to take place. Organizers transformed the ordinary space into something resembling a fashion runway. Spotlights were installed, a red carpet laid out, rows of chairs arranged for spectators. Now we approach the main moment of this incredible story. Evening of March 27th, 2002. The auditorium gradually fills with students, faculty, local residents. In the front row, in the most expensive seats, sits Prince William of Wales with his friends. The atmosphere is relaxed. Everyone expects light entertainment and a pleasant evening. But the real turn came later, when the show itself began. One by one, students walked the runway, displaying young designers' creations. Spectators applauded, photographed, cheerfully commented on the proceedings. Prince William was also in good spirits, joking with friends, not sensing his life was about to change dramatically. Photographs captured that very historic moment when Kate Middleton stepped onto the runway. Tall, slender, radiating self-confidence, she appeared like a vision in black see-through lace. Every step was calculated, every movement perfect. With a confident, hip-swaying walk, showcasing every curve of her ideal figure in the provocative outfit, she literally mesmerized the entire packed hall. Now, the absolute truth about what happened in that fateful moment. The audience's reaction was instant and unanimous. The hall froze, applause grew louder, camera flashes blazed brighter. But the main thing wasn't the hall. The main thing was one single spectator in the front row, whose opinion ultimately determined the course of all subsequent history. Witnesses from that evening still remember how Prince William's facial expression changed when he saw Kate in that dress. If until that moment he was simply one of many spectators, now he transformed into an interested man who couldn't take his eyes off a woman who had caught his fancy. Let's look at the facts and reconstruct exactly what happened. When Kate gracefully walked the runway and found herself directly in front of the front row, Prince William couldn't contain himself and leaned toward his best friend Fergus Boyd. What he whispered at that moment became a turning point, not only in two young people's personal lives, but in the history of the entire British monarchy. "Wow, Fergus, Kate's quite a looker." These simple words, spoken in a burst of sincere admiration, forever changed the fates of two people and an entire royal dynasty. From this moment, William didn't take his eyes off the girl on the runway. Every movement, every turn of her head, every smile, all was now addressed personally to him, though Kate herself didn't yet realize it. What really happened immediately after the final applause and closing of the show's official part? By tradition, any university event was followed by an informal party where students could relax, chat with each other, and simply have a good time. So what's the real story of that momentous night? The party was in full swing. Music played, champagne flowed, young people danced and celebrated. But Prince William, usually the life of any party, that evening was focused on only one goal. He headed straight to Kate Middleton with a glass of sparkling wine in his hands and determination in his eyes. Witnesses from that historic evening still remember that Kate indeed attracted attention from many young men. Her confidence on the runway, beauty and charisma didn't go unnoticed. A whole group of admirers gathered around her, each hoping to earn her attention and perhaps invite her to dance. But against the prince, no one had any chances left. Royal title, natural charm, sincere interest, all played their part. When William approached Kate and offered her a glass of champagne, the other admirers tactfully stepped back, understanding that competing with the heir to the throne was pointless. Here appears an interesting detail that speaks to both future spouses' character. The truth is that even the Prince of Wales didn't manage to get a kiss that evening. Kate behaved like a true lady, friendly but reserved. She danced with William, talked with him, laughed at his jokes, but maintained a certain distance. A decade later, when their romance became known to the world public, many journalists tried to discover details of that first meeting. But even close friends of the couple only said that the seed was planted exactly that night. After this landmark evening, special relationships developed between Kate and William that gradually grew into true romance. Documents show that just a few weeks after the charity show, their relationship reached a fundamentally new level. Kate Middleton and Prince William, together with several mutual friends, even rented a large house near the university. Of course, proprieties were observed. The young people lived in different bedrooms, but the very fact of living together spoke to the seriousness of their intentions. Now, let me summarize this amazing story. One dress from cheap see-through material, created by an emerging designer for a student show, managed to change the course of an entire monarchy's history. From a modest university event, to a royal wedding broadcast on television, to more than 200 countries worldwide, and watched by almost 2 billion people. From a simple girl from Berkshire County, daughter of family business owners, to future Queen of England, one of the planet's most influential women. Could there be a more incredible transformation story? Could there be any luckier dress in any woman's life? Definitely not. After all, this is the only outfit in the world that literally gave its owner a royal crown and a place in history. A dress that proved sometimes one bold decision can change everything. The truth turned out much more interesting than any fiction. No seduction or calculation, just a brave girl who wasn't afraid to take a risk. And this risk gave the world one of the most beautiful love stories of modern times. Isn't it amazing how one sincere decision can change destiny? If this story moved you, give it a heart. And by clicking the red button, you won't miss new, incredible facts about royals. Turn on notifications to be first to learn the truth behind bold headlines. There are many more secrets ahead that will turn your understanding of celebrities upside down. See you soon.